Good day, fellow mariners. 1972 Colregs collision regulations. We have discussed all the rules already. This time, we will discuss the annexes. Let's start with Annex I. Annex I is very simple. It talks about the positioning and the technical details of lights and shapes, where it should be placed, what distance, and what are the logic of placing it. Let's start. Annex I, positioning on technical details of lights and shapes. First, let me open our animations for this one. This is Annex I. Definition. For us to understand properly, we have to define. The term height above the hull means height above the uppermost continuous deck. This height shall be measured from the position vertically beneath the location of the light. Let's start right away. This is figure alpha. The height above the hull, as you can see on my animations, it is in the continuous deck. So you see on the drawings, because this side, the lower line, broken line, is not continuous, it is not considered the reference point of what we call height above the hull. Okay, so let's see the definition again. The term height above the hull means height above the uppermost, not the lowermost, the uppermost continuous deck. So if you see in our animation, the uppermost, because there is a lower and there is an uppermost continuous deck. The lower one, the broken line, it could be a continuous deck, but it is a lowermost. It is not the uppermost. Okay, so let's show figure 2 and let's enlarge figure 2. Again, if you would see figure 2, it's the uppermost. Let's go figure 3 and let's enlarge figure 3. Okay. Why this is based on this reference? Because here it looks for the continuous deck. The uppermost deck that is being shown is not continuous. I mean, I'm talking about the upper broken line. Okay, so that is Annex 1, subsection 1. We'll have go to subsection 2 alpha. On a power-driven vessel, okay, remember the power-driven vessel, 20 meters or more in length, the masthead light shall be placed. Okay, let's open another animations to review us. Remember on a power-driven vessel, it is in the rule 23. Okay, let's read this in 2 alpha. In a power-driven vessel in 20 meters more or length, the masthead light shall be placed as follows. A forward masthead light, okay, in which the forward masthead light you can see in this animation. Or if only one masthead light is carried, then that light is at the height above the hull, again at the height above the, or not less than 6 meters. Okay, and the breadth of the vessel shall exceed. And if the breadth of the vessel shall exceed 6 meters, then the height above the hull not less than such breadth. So, however, the light need not to be placed at greater height above the hull than 12 meters. Okay, the minimum is 6, the maximum is 12 meters. If you carry a masthead light, okay, let's review the masthead light. If it is only one masthead light, the forward masthead light, then light shall not be less than 6 meters above the hull. Okay, let's show you the animations on what we are talking about. Okay, what we are talking about. So this one, okay, so it's very clear. On my left is the actual rules. On my right is the annex. Okay, the height, the h, okay, not less than 6 meters. Very clear. If the beam exceeds 6 meters, height is equals the beam. So you're talking about the square type. But each need not exceed 12 meters. If you have to extend the height, okay, for a vessel of 20 meters or more, the maximum is 12 meters. So remember this one, 6, then another is 12. Okay. If you carry a masthead light, second masthead light, you go on the left side, this one. You see the second masthead light at the back. Why? Because this is 50 meters or more. You remember? This is rule 23. The difference of height between the forward masthead light, because the masthead light at the back above is higher, so that height should not be less than 4.5 meters. Very clear, because in PACA's animation we make it very clear. Let's continue. That was 2 alpha. Let's go with 2 bravo. The vertical separation of masthead lights of a power-driven vessel shall be such that in the normal conditions of trim, the afterlight will be seen over and separate from the forward light at a distance of 1,000 meters from the stern when viewed from sea level. Okay, let's enlarge so that I can explain clearly. You remember the 2 masthead lights. So the 2 masthead lights, it is said that if you see and align these 2 masthead lights together, okay, remember this one? It is 1,000 meters at sea level. It could extend. So if you align these 2 masthead lights, it could extend at a normal condition of trim at 1,000 meters. What is 1,000 meters? That is 1 kilometer. So if you align the masthead light at the back and the masthead light in the forward, it would form a downward line, because of course the above masthead light is higher, and the downward line should have at a distance of 1,000 meters at sea level from your vessel. The afterlight shall be to be visible over and separate from the forward. So even if you stand at a maximum of 1,000 meters level, you can still see clearly. Okay, you can still see clearly the difference between the forward masthead light and the above masthead light. Okay, that was 2 bravo. Let's go to Charlie. The masthead light of a power-driven vessel of 12 meters but less than 20, we're talking about small one, in length shall be placed at a height above the gunwale of not less than 2.5 meters. For smaller vessel, okay, for smaller vessel, the h, the height above the hull, remember, shall not be less than 2.5 meters. Okay? So, if you are more than 20 meters in length, 6 maximum of 12. Very easy to remember. You're very good. You have 2 Charlie, and you'll have the 2 Bravo, Annex 2 Bravo, okay? 2 Delta, I mean. A power-driven vessel of less than 12 meters in length, smaller, may carry the uppermost light of a height of less than 2.5 meters above the gunwale. When, however, a masthead light is carried in addition to its headlight and a stern light of the all-around light prescribed in Rule 23 Charlie is carried in addition to side lights, then such masthead light shall be carried at least 1 meter higher than the sunlight. So, okay, let's see this one. In a smaller vessel, the height above the hull of masthead is what we call edge. But should you carry a side light, even you're a small vessel, the minimum distance between the side light and the masthead light should be minimum at least 1 meter. Okay, so that is in 2 Delta, Annex 2 Delta. Let's go to Annex 2 Echo. One of the 2 or 3 masthead lights prescribed in a power-driven vessel will engage in towing. Remember, towing vessel or pushing another vessel shall be placed in the same position as either the forward masthead light or the after masthead light or the after masthead light, provided that if carried on the aftermast, the lowest after masthead light shall be at least 4.5 meters vertical higher than the forward masthead. Again, the rules are very consistent. Remember, even your power-driven vessel, it says that the forward masthead light, I'm talking about the forward masthead light, like this one, when compared with the after masthead light, no, I'm talking about an after masthead light for a power-driven vessel or even a towing vessel, must have at least a difference of 4.5 meters. So remember this one. The forward masthead light, talking about forward masthead light, and the after or above the after masthead light shall have a vertical distance of 4.5 meters. Okay, right now we're talking about vertical distance. So height above the hull, you remember 6 to 12. Very easy. Side lights of masthead light for a small vessel, 1 meter. 2 masthead lights, 4.5 meters. So it's very easy. So it is in 2 Echo. Now, 2 facts. The masthead light prescribed in Rule 23 Alpha shall be so placed so as to above and clear of all other lights and obstruction except described in subparagraph 2. Okay? The masthead lights, by rule of thumb, okay, this masthead lights I'm talking about, shall be above in all other lights. There shall be no other lights above me. Okay? So, when it is impracticable to carry all around lights prescribed by Rule 27 Bravo 1 or Rule 28 below the masthead light, they may be carried above the after masthead lights or vertically in between the forward masthead lights and the after masthead lights, provided that in the latter case a requirement of Section 3 Charlie of this annex shall be complied. Okay, let's talk about this more. It will create confusion if I have to rediscuss this one. Okay, we go to 2 Golf. The side lights of a power-driven vessel shall be placed at a height above the hull, not greater than 3/4 of the forward masthead light. Not greater. They shall be so as low as not to be entered with deck lights. Okay, here we're talking about here side lights. Okay, here if you can see in the animation, the masthead light not less than 1 meter for the side light, where combined line lantern is carried. Okay, but okay, on the center animation you can see that the height of the side light in this, we're talking about the red side light right now, because the vessel is shown in the port side, shall not be greater than the 3/4 height of the masthead light. Of course, because remember, masthead light must be above of all the other lights. Okay, so what is 3/4? 75%. So never go at the height above 75% of the height of the forward masthead light. It's very clear. The drawing is making very clear to you. Forward masthead light, okay, if you can see, this is the height not greater than 3/4 or 75%. Gentlemen, that is 2 Golf. 2 Golf. And it talks about side lights distance. Let's go to to hotel. The side lights, if a combined lantern, it means smaller ship. Talking about combined lantern, they cannot afford to buy it separately. And carried on a power-driven vessel of less than 20 meters. Remember, 20 meters. I'm not mistaken. Shall be placed of not less than 1 meter above the masthead line. Okay, so here once again you can see, if I have to enlarge. So you can see on the first animation, not less than 1 meter. If you're talking a combined lantern, combined side light, and the red and the green, it must have a distance of more than 1 meter, not less than 1 meter. Okay, so that is 2 golf and 2 hotel. We'll go to India. With the rules prescribe 2 or 3 lights to be carried in vertical line. Okay, if there are 2 or 3, okay, let me show you what other vessel. So we're talking about maybe rule 24. Rule 24 is towing, no, is okay. When rule 24 is towing, so maybe we'll open rule 25. Let's see what's this talk about. This is selling vessel. Okay, the rules stipulates if the vessel carry 2 or 3 through masthead lights together. Okay, so let's show this one. Okay, so here let's go back on the annexes. Okay, India, when the rules prescribe 2 or 3 lights, so this is 2 lights already on my left side. This is a not under command, which is 2 red lights. Okay, let's define. On a vessel of 20 meters or length or more, such light shall be space of not less than 2 meters. Okay, if you're talking, for example, not under command, not less than 2 meters, the 2 red lights. The lowest of these lights shall like a towing vessel is required be placed at a height of not less than 4 meters above the hull. Okay, the H, the hotel, talking about the height above the hull, if 3 lights or 2 lights should not be less than 4 meters. Okay, so let's read the rules and I will rediscuss using the animation here below. On a vessel of less than 20 meters in length, the smaller vessel, such light shall be spaced of not less than 1 meter apart, and the lowest of light shall, except when a towing light is required, be placed at a height of not less than 2 meters. For a bigger vessel, a longer vessel, 4 meters. And for a smaller vessel, 2 meters, height above the hull. Okay? So when 3 lights are carried, they shall be equally spaced. So for example, you're talking about 3 lights together, 3 towing towing vessels, no? 3 lights together, 3 masthead lights, they should be equally spaced. Equally spaced. Okay, so that was 2 India. Okay, that was 2 India, and let's make it big. Okay, so if this is a towing vessel, okay, Paul ship, no, the name Paul is actually towing RODIEN. So but they have 3 lights together, not less than 2 meters apart, equal spacing. Then the edge, this is the edge I'm talking about. You see from here to the continuous deck, the height above the hull shall not be less than 4 meters. Okay, granting Paul is 20 meters or more. Okay, but RODIEN is 20 meters or less, less than 20 meters. So the spacing is not less than 1 meter apart, equal spacing, but the height above the hull is not less than 2 meters. Okay, that was 2 India. Now we have 2 Juliet. The lower of the 2 all-around lights prescribed for a vessel will engage in fishing. Okay, so why don't we open a vessel engage in fishing? This could be like This is sailing. No, engage in fishing is 26. Okay, here. So, engage in fishing is this one. This is a trolling vessel. Okay, so let's open. Okay, so it's here. Let's read first the rules. Engage in fishing. My left side is a fishing vessel, is a trawler. Okay. When engage in fishing shall be placed above the height, above the side lights of not less than twice the distance from two vertical lights. Okay. Let's enlarge so that we can see. Okay. On my animation, okay, on the right side, this is red over white, which is fishing vessel other than trawler. Okay, on my left side is a trawler because it's a green white. Okay, it says it doesn't matter the color. If it is engaged in fishing, the height here shall at least 2 times or 1/2. Okay, 2 times from height above the hull. So it measures, let's say, above the hull, which is edge here, is from here to the white light is 4. That means the 4 meters, the red and white should be 2. Okay, so very clear. If this is 1, this is 2. Okay, if this is 3, this is 6. So they're talking about proportions here. Okay, so they're talking about proportions. So a vessel engaged in fishing, like this is a trolling vessel now. So this is really, you can see the trolling vessel is the distance, okay, and the distance from the other light, from the side light, is 2 times. Okay, so again, vessel engaged in trolling on my right side. The distance between the green and the white, okay, shall be, and if you measure from the side light, is also 2 times. Okay, 2 times from the side light to the white light. Okay, so it's very clear. The left side is the rule 26, where it is defined the lights and shape. But where and how, what's the distance, annexes is talking about. And now my animation is very, very good. You see? So it's very clear for you right now. So let's go back. It was 2 Juliet and 2 India. Okay? Now let's go with 2 kilo. Excuse me. The forward anchor light prescribed in Rule 30. Rule 30. When 2 are carried shall be at least 4.5 meters. Okay. This is just a reverse. It talks about consistency, the distance between the forward masthead light and the after masthead light. Remember, if it is running, the forward is below, the masthead light at the back is higher, and then it must be at least a 4.5 meters. On a vessel of 50 meters or more length, the forward anchor shall be placed at a height of not less than 6 meters above the hull. Again, it's very easy, but for the purpose of discussion, let me open Rule 30. Okay, Rule 30 talks about anchor vessel. No, yeah. So it talks about, of course, aground and anchor vessel. So here we go. Here we go. So 2 kilo, it's here. Okay. The right side animations, it will talk to you that the anchor vessel, okay, the anchor vessel. If your anchor, your masthead lights or all around light, no, not the masthead, the anchor light is higher than the light that you put in the stern light for 50 meters or more. That distance, okay, that distance, let me show you 2 kilo. Okay, Okay, and enlarge. This distance from here to here must be at least 4.5 meters. But it says, okay, that the height should not be less than 6 meters. Very clear. On my left side is the sample if it is only one line. On my right side, we're talking about distance. On my left side talks about what, and my right side talks about how big, where. Okay, so fellow mariners, we're talking about Annex I, and I have discussed already Annex I in subsection 1 and Annex I subsection 2 up to subsection 2 kilo. Okay, so I would love to discuss again on more on Annex I subsection 3. Okay, when two masthead lights are prescribed for a power-driven vessel, the horizontal distance now subsection 3 on Annex I talks about horizontal distance between these lights shall not be less than 1/2 of the length of the vessel, but need not be more than 100 meters. A forward light shall be placed of not more than 1/4 of the length of the vessel from the stern. Okay, let's define. Okay, they're talking about the masthead light. If there's a masthead light here, okay, if there's a masthead light here, we're talking about horizontal distance from forward to stern, not less than 1/2 of the length. Okay, this distance, let's say, if the length is 100 meters, the 1/2 is 50. So the distance should not be not less than 50, but need not more than 100 meters. Okay, let's say the length is 150 meters. Okay, for the purpose of discussion, 1/2 is 75. So this distance, horizontal distance, should not be less than 75. But there's a maximum that we should put. Not more than 100 meters. Why? The principle of that is that if it's more than 100 meters at the running sea at a black night, what we call black night, no stars and no moon, the lights could be deemed to be misunderstood by some mariners that they are like two fishing boats. They are not continuous. They are just two fishing boats at more than 100 meters apart. Okay, so not more than 1/4 of the length. So the talking about here is that from the forward, you should not be more than 1/4, 25%. So the length is 125 meters. The horizontal distance from the forward to the first masthead light should not be more than 25. Very easy. Okay, very easy to discuss. Let's say 3 Bravo. On a power-driven vessel of 20 meters or more in length, the side light shall not be placed in front of the forward masthead lights. They shall be placed at near on the side of the vessel. It's enlarged. So the side lights for a 50 meters vessel or more is very easy. So you just see this one, near at my back, the one that is near in my back. No, I'm sorry. Okay, here, just near on the side of the vessel. Talking about the beam, this is the front view. Okay, so not forward, but if you see the view, it says not forward of masthead light. So this side light, and if this is the forward forecastle of the ship, do not put the side light here. Okay, so the horizontal distance, the forward masthead light must be ahead of the side lights. Wow, it's very easy. Let's go with 3 Charlie. When the lights prescribed in Rule 27 Bravo 1 or the Rule 28 are placed vertically between 4 masthead lights or the after masthead lights, these all-around lights shall be placed at a horizontal distance of not less than 2 meters from the fore and aft line to the center of the athwart ship direction. Okay. Today, this time let's talk about top view. Okay, here talking about front view and top view. It says that if you're carrying all around white light, okay, just for example, this is the towing light, and you have the masthead light. Okay, so you have at least 2 meters from the center line. Says minimum 2 meters from center line. Front view, this is the center line. From the front view, minimum of 2 meters. Because why? If you put that there, in the front view position, it could create a different kind of alignment of lights. So, to really distinguish, to really have a differentiation of the twin light, is very easy to see by making a 2 meters light. Okay, this is the side view of the light, and this is the front view of the light. Wow! Very easy. Let's go with delta. 3 delta. Okay. When only one masthead light is prescribed for a power-driven vessel, this light shall be exhibited forward or amidship, except that the vessel of less than 20 meters in length need not to exhibit its light forward or amidship, but shall exhibit it as far as forward as practicable. If you're too small and you don't want to put your you're too small, you're less than 20 meters, the rules only stipulate that you can just forward exhibit a light as forward as practicable. It's a lenient rules on that. Okay, let's go to 4 alpha and 4 bravo. Okay, the lights indicating direction of the outlying gear from a vessel engaged in fishing. Remember, in Route 26, there's an outlying gear. Shall be placed in a horizontal distance of not less than 20 meters. Not less than 20 meters, not less than 2 meters, and not more than 6 meters away from 2 all-around red and white light. This light shall be placed not higher than the all-around white light prescribed in 26 channel. Okay, let's review by opening 26 by Route 26. Okay, so again, we have opened already Route 26 a while ago, and we're talking about outlying gear. Okay, this is an outlying gear. It's okay. Outlying gear, and this is outlying gear. Okay, so put this here on my right side so that we can open this annex. Okay, we're talking on Annex 4 Alpha, and it's enlarged. So, the very good example. This is a very good example. You see, on my left hand is the other than trolling fishing vessel, which is white, which is red over white, and on my right hand, okay, Myra, we call it Myra, my right hand, and my another girlfriend is Miley, my left hand. Okay, so in my right hand, white over red, and there's a horizontal distance. We're talking about horizontal distance, not less than 2, not more than 6. Okay, and not higher. We're talking about this white light. So this white light is the outlying gear white light. This is a side light. Okay, so not higher than all around white light, not lower than the side light. This is the side light. This outlying gear light shall not, okay, be lower than the side light, and not also higher than the lower white light of a vessel engaged in fishing other than trolling. Wow, it's very good. 4 Bravo. Okay, 4 Bravo is the lights and shapes of vessel engaged in dredging or underwater operation to indicate obstructed side. Okay, remember the obstructed side, the 2 greens and two reds, on which it is safe to pass as prescribed in Rule 27 Delta, shall be placed at a maximum practical horizontal distance, but not in no case than 2 meters from the lights or shapes prescribed in 27 Bravo, and in no case shall be upper of these lights or shapes be a greater height than the lower of the 3 lights or shapes. Okay, it's too completed is too long. Let's say the drawing is very clear. Okay, it says the maximum distance possible. Okay, first let me define this one. This is the daytime and this is the nighttime. The red, white, red. This indicates the 2 greens indicates which side you're engaged in dredging operation. So that means this is safe to pass. The 2 red is the outlying gear is here, meaning the gear for dredging is in this side. Okay, so we're talking over horizontal distance. The maximum distance possible, not less than 2 meters, not less than 2 meters. We're talking about the green distance to the center line and the red distance to the center line. Not higher, and the vertical placement. They are not higher than the lower masthead light or shape. So, where is the lower masthead light here or shape? Here. Okay? Not higher than lower masthead light or shape. So, if you can see, I have to show you the daytime because of the 4 Bravo, because it's very easy for you to see that even in the daytime, the distance of shapes, we're talking about shapes, are also defined. Annexes 1, subsection 1, 2, 3, 4. Captain Rodien PACA. I have to cut because this is too long. Mariners, happy sailing.